Good morning. So as you know, today I'm on a field trip with my son, so I expect that you are listening, following directions, and you are acting the same way, if not better, if I was there today. So the paper that we should have out today is Tyler's community map. So again, they copied these front and back, so we're going to have to do a little flipping. So if you flip over to the back, this is the paper you see the questions. So let's spend a little bit of time reviewing what we know. They've given us a compass rose right here, so if we need to be writing directions of north, south, east, and west, this is where we're going to get that from. So Tyler, we're going to use the map of Tyler's community to answer the questions that follow. You'll also use the map of Tyler's community to write your own. All right, so we know down here that 0, 0, where that meet is called the origin. So we know that this line, this horizontal line, is the x-axis. So we know that we do this one first. We go over. We know this up here is called the y-axis. We know when we go up, this is second. Okay. I notice down here, this key, it says each square represents one city block. So sometimes they represent two, and we have to do a little counting. So, or multiplying to find that. So I know that in his community, he has all of these different items, all of these different places. So let's go look at our questions. So the first question says describe, so I need to write words, the shortest route or route from Tyler's home to his elementary school. Include words north, south, east, west, left, and or right in your answer. So let's come on over. Let's locate Tyler's home and Tyler's, what did it say? Elementary school. So you are going to find the shortest route to get from his home to his elementary school. And remember, you cannot go diagonally because you'd be cutting across yards. This is like streets. You have to stay on this. So you can go through other words to get there. So you could go through a city hall word. That's okay, to get there. So you're going to pause. I want you to find the shortest route. So you're going to have to count how many blocks. And if you think you have the shortest route, then you're going to pause the video and discuss and compare. So go ahead and pause. Okay, so when you replay, possibly your shortest, as I picked a pencil that had the point, let me try again. So as you picked the shortest route, you possibly may have discussed going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This was 6 blocks south. I knew that because right here it says south. I said I was going to pick a pencil, but I doubt it's showing up in the video. So I'm actually going to use a highlighter because I think that's what's going to show up the best. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units south. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units west. So that was 6 units south and 6 units west, or blocks. So that was 12 total blocks. So if anybody found a way that's faster, we can discuss that. So Tyler traveled 6 blocks south, then traveled 6 blocks west. That that was my fastest route. If you went a different route that you think was fastest, then you simply write that one. The next question, what's the shortest, again, I'm looking for shortest route from City Hall to Tyler's house if he has to stop at the library and the supermarket. So City Hall to his house, but he has to stop in library and supermarket. City Hall, this is first, to home, but it said he had to stop at library and supermarket. Library, supermarket. And then he ended up here last. This is his first stop. So he's here first, then this was his stops. And second, stop. Okay, so Howard, remember, you cannot go diagonal, you have to go on the line. So I'm gonna see who can travel there the fastest. Pause the video, you try, and we'll see who can get there the fastest. So hopefully you had some discussion. Mr. Mathis helped call on different people to see who has gotten there the fastest. So one route that you could have taken was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 west, 2 north, 2 north, 4 east, 1, 2, 3, 4. Continue on to 5 east, 2 south. So let's see my total, what I found to be the fastest. 5, 7, 9, 13, 18, 20. I found 20. So go ahead and pause the video again. Transfer your answer back here. Talk about how many blocks he went, south and then west or north, east. Write your answer down here in number 2. Because when I pick up your paper, I'm looking to see which one had the fastest with the best description. All right, let's move on to question 3. How many paths from the supermarket to the soccer field are exactly 5 blocks? So this time I'm not looking for the fastest, but I'm looking for something that matches 5 blocks. Goes from the supermarket to soccer. Supermarket to soccer. Supermarket to soccer. So I have to find all the different pathways to get from supermarket to soccer. Let's see if you can do it. Pause the video. Okay, so hopefully people have shared what they've done. 2, 1, 2, 3. That would have been 1, 2, 3, 2. That would have been 5. Can I go in the middle? Did anybody find a way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. So let's see how many different ways that you can find. So if you need to pause the video again, make sure you wrote some of your examples of how many pathways you found. Okay, so your next job that you are going to do, so you are going to discuss with partners. So while you're sitting here up on the floor, you're going to pick a partner. If you need to be in groups of 3 to make the numbers work out, that's fine. So you are going to make your own questions. They can be, what's the shortest route? They could be a question about what's the longest route. Then you could ask, how many pathways does it take to get from place to place? You can stop in the middle. So your job is to come up with a question. You and your partner can have the same question on your paper. So your job is to come up with 3 questions if you have time. Mr. Mathis will tell you how many based on the time you have left. Come up with your own questions that are about Tyler's community. And then if you have time, you are going to switch papers with somebody else. They're going to write their name on the side on who solved it. So let's review those directions. You create your own questions. You don't solve them. Your group is going to pass their papers to another group. The person who solved it is going to write their name, and they're going to try to answer your questions about Tyler's community and the pathway they took from one place to the other.